It's hilarious.
You're thinking, what?
He's got font size 60 on so he can fill the space.
It's not my iPad, okay? Anyway.
Hi.
Yes, hello, mate.
We're back.
Hello, gents.
Hi.
Hi.
Rob,
Hello.
welcome to the crazy house that is the Back and Forth podcast.
Slightly.
Yeah. It's worse than normal today because there's actually 4 of us in here, which makes a refreshing change.
This is actually a first for me to have more than 3 people. Sorry, I always forget that you're not here.
The Mirage.
Need I remind you weren't here last week?
Yes, I had a good reason.
Good point, well raised.
There's only one I've missed. Only one.
Still counts.
That was
Yeah,
what happened
mate.
again.
Yeah, he's going to grasp onto that because he's missed so many. He's going to grasp onto the fact that you.
But I'm on a
weren't here last week.
streak, so...
Shh.
3? I think it's 3, right?
3.
3 in a
Or is
row?
it 4? I think it's 4.
Oh, this may be the 4th.
Or maybe? I don't know. I've lost count anyway.
We'll just look on the
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Just someone email
tell you later.
and tell us, because it's effort to go through.
yeah, someone email him, please.
Right, episode 57.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying to Rob outside, I can't believe we've been doing it as long as we have and we're still going. What the
We
fuck?
haven't been cancelled yet.
We haven't killed each other yet either.
No.
so-
No, we've just changed presenters and stuff to stop anybody killing each other.
Yeah,
That's the way
good
to do it.
rotation.
Yeah.
Good rotation.
Yeah.
I like that.
So episode 57, Rob, welcome, mate.
Thank you very much.
Long time listener. I'm going to get that in because I
Yeah,
know Rob
long
listens to the
time
podcast.
listener.
Gets the
Yeah.
numbers up every week.
Yeah, was it every Thursday? And yeah, well, I'm a lorry driver, so usually like podcasts are the things that keep me going. Really?
Christ, do we not put you to sleep while you're driving a lorry down the road though?
No,
That'd be my worry.
no.
Right, I would have
Just
thought the
dozed
same.
off.
What keeps him awake is when we have a nice plateau of dulcet tones. All of a sudden, one of us just makes some form of yelp or scream.
Yeah. What the fuck? Right. So this was listener's choice. We like this bit, mate. We say this all the time. We have guests in. It means we haven't got to do any homework.
Yeah.
Some of us haven't got to make notes because they haven't brought an iPad.
Who is that? I don't know who that is. Why am I actually even holding this?
Get
I
him a
don't
nice
know.
new iPad cover.
actually
He goes,
the
"You
new
brought the
way
iPad."
there.
It's the new iPad Air. It's so thin you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's invisible.
We could have got away with that. Then the magic of TV and radio, nobody would have known. Now
Nobody would have
you've
known.
given
I
it-
should have like wore underpants just up to here and.
No, mate.
Actually, no,
just
you can't
cameras
see.
right on it.
Yeah, you can't see
And
it.
we'd have
Sod
to
that.
see it. So
Yeah, so it's not a bad thing.
I'm just gonna
I
etch
got
this
decent
way.
legs.
Episode 57, Rob. I know you I asked you what you fancy talking about because we always try to sort of make sure nobody feels uncomfortable. So yeah, at the risk of throwing you the deep end, over to you.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll start it off. I thought like when you asked about what to talk about, and I thought about that there's a lot of struggles in day-to-day life for everyone, and like I've got some struggles that I've had, and I don't think some men particularly like to voice it. And I said, well, do you know what? I'll come on and I'll sort of talk about it, and hopefully there'll be other people that have gone through the same thing who will listen and think, oh, I'm not alone. Like
Yeah.
it's a normal thing. And I mean, it starts off with our family life. We had a son, and my world changed massively because my daughter was 8. And when children are like that age, they sort of getting older, they get easier and easier.
Yeah.
And then straight away we had a baby, and it's sort of like even though I knew what to expect, it hit me harder than I thought. It suddenly just changed my world. The dynamic of our lifestyle changed, and my son Jack, he was very clingy to me when he was born.
Right.
And it was very like, I need some time, I need a bit of space or something. I didn't get anything. And then the sleepless nights going on, which is just normal when you have babies. It's just sort of part and parcel of it.
Yeah.
But I was struggling like with work, being a lorry driver, and then it was like I need to go to sleep because I need to be on the road. I've got to drive a 40-ton vehicle, and I can't be disturbed. Then we would, like with the lack of sleep, it was like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
And then you're tired, you're fatigued, and then you just can't like function properly.
Yeah.
Like your brain is all over the place.
Sleep deprivation is the worst.
Fucking hard, man.
And it's funny as well, like talking about sleep deprivation. I've tried. You've spoken, Vish, on previous ones about.
See, I told you, listened.
Yeah, I did.
Listen, I like this.
Magnesium.
Yeah.
About taking magnesium. Now, I've started taking magnesium, okay? Now, if I take it, I have to be in bed knowing that I'm going to get, like, I haven't got work next day or anything. Because if you take it at, like, say, 1:30, 2 in the morning, and then you've got to be up at 6 o'clock with the kids, it's an absolute killer.
Really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
the idea is that the stuff I take is, they say you get, what, like about 4 hours, 4.5 hours sleep in an 8 hours. But this is the idea is meant to put you in a deeper sleep.
The
So-
REM status.
So you then end up with 5 to 6 hours of deep sleep. But if you're only getting 4 hours sleep and you've taken this stuff, it is awful. Like, so I have to kind of plan how I take it. Otherwise, it is just awful. I can't get up. I
Set the
can't
alarm on your
function.
watch.
I want some of the stuff you're on because I don't sleep that much.
Really?
Sounds like something we might be able to get at work.
Possibly. Let's make some inquiries.
No comment.
So, but yeah, with my situation, everything was getting on top. I held a lot of stuff in as well. I couldn't really talk about it. I did talk to my partner Alison about it, and she was like, "Why don't you go to Back and Forth?" Because she said, there's a group in Holton. They do walks and things. It's for men only, and I was like, nah, I'm all right. I don't want to. I'm okay. And then she eventually approached you guys when you were set up outside the tuning fork.
Yeah.
And I thought, so I carried on walking. I didn't stop. I carried on with the kids to the park. She came and
man,
spoke
innit?
to you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Probably
typical
thought
man.
she probably thought she had enough and thought, you know what, he's miserable twat. You lot deal with him now. And and then she sort of like did it, and I was like, oh, okay. So then I started getting all the stuff. I came on the first walk, and then we went to social nights. And then I was like, yeah, it's great. It was really, really good. And I feel really bad because I think there's a lot of people out there who probably don't have, a partner or an Alison like I do, someone that gives them that push. There's some people that are probably on their own.
Yeah.
And I think, God, like they probably could do with something like this, but they don't have. And there are people that are probably on the in the part of Back and Forth, like on their chats and doing the walks and the social nights, who probably they don't have anyone, but they've actually, like, I take my hat off to them. They've had the courage to step forward and say, you know what, I need that help, and they've come forward, and I just think, wow.
We have it so much with. Oop! They broke the iPad that I did carry with
You
me.
should have had a fake one like me.
We have it all with so many wives, partners, boyfriends, husbands, girlfriends. Just tag the other halves in it, and it's just it is that push, isn't it? Like you say, you can sit there and you can just fester in it, and if you haven't got somebody there that's going to give you that shove that you need, you need it, you just can't give it to yourself. And it's hard, and there are a lot out there, and I know there's a lot of lads in the WhatsApp group that email in that, I really want to come along. When is it? And you tell them when it is. Yeah, I'll be there, and then they don't come, and you're kind of like, I know why you're not there, and I get it. It's just try and push yourself a little bit. If you can't make it this week, just do a little bit more, even if it's get in the car and drive to it, and then decide I'm not quite ready yet. But then next time you'll do the trip, and I can do it this time, and I can take that step.
Just little steps, isn't it? I think you did the right thing as well. In fact, probably the most common thing, which is I'm not going to bother going over there, but your wife or your partner was already there, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of must have egged you on just that little bit more to think, okay, I'll just do it. Did you do? Now here's a question for you: did you do it mainly for yourself, or did you do it for your family?
That's a good one. I think I did it for both.
Yeah.
I did it probably mainly for myself because I know helping myself will help my family.
Yeah.
Because, like some of the things like I was going to talk about as well is, I got to a point where I was so low, I was getting no time for myself, and it was hard because, it's everything takes over the kids with, schools, nurseries or childcare. And also I had to change my shifts. So I used to kind of work a bit earlier, but then I had to change to a later start because with Alison working at the hospital, she starts earlier. So I have to do the school run and then start. But with my work, which I think I mentioned on the group chat about my work, how it was going, they were pushing me later. So I started me later. So I could start at like 12 o'clock, midday-ish, or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then being a lorry driver, you know, I'm supposed to do 9.5 hours, but it doesn't always work out like that. There's days where things overrun, and then I'm getting back at sort of 2 o'clock in the morning, finishing. It's like, just got to go home, shower, have a quick bite to eat, then try and sort of stay up for half an hour to let it settle.
Yeah.
Then get to bed. So it's like 3 hours. Like go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, get about 3 hours sleep, because, you know, my son will wake up at 6, half 6, and then I've got to get up. Alison's up, she's getting ready for work. I'm getting up ready to do the school run. And then it's like, and then on the days when, before Jack went to nursery, I'd have to get up at 6, look after him until my mum and dad would take over.
Yeah.
And then go straight to work and do another 12-hour shift on only like 3 hours sleep.
It's just dangerous, isn't it? It's just.
And that's the thing. And you're driving up and down the motorway and a lot. And I just, and then I took time off work. There was one day where they said, "Oh, Rob, we need you to stay on and do it." And I just said, "I can't." I said, "I'm done." I said, "I'm not coming into work tomorrow." And it happened on a Wednesday. So I'm not coming into work tomorrow, which would have been the Thursday and the Friday. And then I called them up and said, "I'm not going to be in for the rest of the week. I'm going to the doctors." And then I was off for 3 weeks. And it was then when I came on to Back and Forth.
Yeah.
And then I went on the first walk with you, and we had a good chat as we walked around.
Yeah.
I met Tilly.
Yeah.
And we, and then, yeah, it was just stuff like that. But to go back a bit more, before all this, there was such a build-up. And I was struggling where I was tired, I was stressed, and it was affecting me, and it was affecting mine and my partner's relationship. Okay.
Was this before the baby?
No, this was probably just after the baby.
Okay.
So we were sort of getting into, like, you know, trying to find a routine, and there is no such thing as a routine with a baby.
No.
It's just sort of like you play it and it's hit and miss.
Wing it.
Yeah. And but like then there was times where, like, you know, when we wanted to get intimate, and I would struggle, and that's the thing. I was like, oh, you know, I'm trying and I'm struggling. And the problem with that was, it was like, she could think, is this my fault? Like, is there something wrong with me? And then I know this, and it's like, oh God, like, okay, you know, whatever, give it a miss. But then say, like, the next time it happens or whatever happens, you've got pressure then on yourself, because you're like, oh, I've got to perform.
Got to do it because
if I don't, and then before you know it, it's like I'm struggling, and then I just lost, like, all my sex drive. I lost all my libido.
Yeah.
And there was just, like, absolutely nothing.
Was there like an impact on your confidence with this as well?
Yeah. Yeah, big, massive impact on the confidence. It just made me feel like less of a man.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt like there was something wrong, and I'm like, you know, am I impotent? You start Googling, looking for stuff. And then I did try, like, looking at different ways of changing it, like supplements. So one of the things, like, a friend of mine, he kind of bragged about it a bit on one of my other WhatsApp groups. Friends from school there, basically, and he was like, I'm taking this stuff, and it was called Shilajit, and he said, oh, it's really good and it helps. So I was like, well, you know, if it does help, if it changes, because there's more benefits to it, but it's supposed to help increase your testosterone and stuff. And I sort of started looking at stuff like that, but the best thing I found was the best improvement in my life was to then drink more water. That was it. Just drink more water. Yeah. But yeah, that sort of thing was really hard. Never spoken about it, really.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it's not something you do talk about, but, you know, it makes you feel like a failure as a man, and you feel like you're, like, letting your partner down, and at the same time you feel bad, like, you know, they feel like it's their fault, and it is not their fault at all. It's like, it's just like, I'm going through a lot of stuff and I don't know how to process it.
Do you think if you'd spoken to Alison about the stuff that you were going through, would that have made it a little bit less pressurized, a little bit easier?
Yeah, it would. But I'm one of these that is like,
just a bloke that does not talk about it.
Just hide it, don't talk about it. It'd be fine. I'll make sure I'm all right next week. I'll give it 2 weeks, and you know, I'll build it all up. But to be honest, 2 weeks weren't even doing nothing. It was like there was absolutely nothing. Like, and you know, I like literally I was no interest in, like, you know, nothing would interest me, like porn or masturbating or anything. And I just thought, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck in this hole. But the best thing that I did do was when I did take time off work, HR approached me and they said, we have a program called Health Assured. Now, that's something that my company does. I don't know if other companies do them or not, but they were really good with the time they got me in.
Yeah.
So I know that the NHS are like quite behind on stuff and it takes a long time. By the time the NHS actually called me to say, oh, we think we might have a date for you in however many times, I was like, I'm already in sessions. I'm on 5 of 10.
Yeah.
It took about 2 or 3 weeks to get sort of seen. And that was my counsellor at the time. Her name was Mel. She was brilliant. She was from up north. So she was like, really like, told it.
Down to earth, just, yeah.
And
Don't sugarcoat it.
one of the
they're
best,
really awesome.
yeah. And one of the best things is, it was almost like a dry run. Like, so when I talk to her about things, it's almost like she's validating what I'm saying or what I'm thinking. Because the problem I had is like, sometimes I'd be like, I want to go and speak to Alison about this. But what if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
What if I say something and it's like, I just say the wrong thing and it makes things worse and you don't know. And then the best way to do it is you go, I'm just going to hide out. I'm just going to shelter myself. But then to speak to Mel, she was like, actually, you're absolutely right for feeling that way. But you need to understand Alison's feelings. And she kind of would give me some stuff. And the best advice she gave me, which I took out of it, is swap why for what. Have you ever heard that?
No, okay.
So when someone's upset, don't say, why are you upset? Because they'll go, why don't you know I'm upset?
Yeah, well,
but if you say, what has upset you? You kind of get more to the point. And then I kind of did that. So I used to say, because I'd do this, I'd be like, oh, why are you upset? Why this? Why that? But
What
then
the fuck do you think?
Yeah. As I said, but now I changed it to, what has upset you? And then it's sort of like, okay.
Yeah,
so,
it's more of an open question, isn't it?
It's like, well, it could be something silly like, oh, you were at work and I messaged you, but you never got back to me, or I asked you to get something, but you forgot. And it sort of like gets to the point more. And then speaking with Mel, the counselling, that helped me then to talk to Alison in my relationship about things, and we could then discuss things, move forward. And it was like, it made us like so much stronger.
Yeah.
Really did make us stronger. And just for that alone, it was like well worth it. I couldn't recommend it anymore, really.
It's interesting because there's a few of the lads in the group that work for different organisations and companies, and they have their own HR departments, and a lot of them outsource HR rather than deal with it within the organisation. Yeah. And it's those that outsource it tend to get the better results. And part of me, the cynic in me, is like, well, they're paid by the same people. That's why if they do it in-house, they want you to get your ass back into work, and that's why they do it. And they're like, oh, no, you're fine, you can go back to work. But it is interesting, and you're right in what you're saying, the NHS is so snowed under. But if there are these organisations out there that can provide that, then why the fuck aren't we tapping into it with more and more?
Right, yeah.
Why aren't more people buying into that scheme and saying, well, actually, we've got a workforce, we have to look after these. We need to give them the best so that they can give us the best return when they're working for us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of whys in there, isn't there? It's mainly cost.
Of course it is.
It's all cost. That's what it boils down
but
to.
then the counter argument is, well, if you don't pay for it to put it in place, you're going to lose that member of staff, or however many member of staff, for how long? How much is that going to cost you? And weigh the two
There
off
isn't a
against
detrimental effect because they're going to perform better if they
Absolutely.
are better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, if you work for a company, like, just it's something small, like say, like the HR. So, like, in the transport side of stuff, sometimes you feel like, you are a number, and I hear it all the time. They go, oh, you're just a driver.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to get on with it. You're a driver. And it's like, well, I'm not a piece of equipment. I operate.
Truck's not driving itself. Yeah.
But that's the sort of attitude you get. But when the HR come and they say, we've got this thing, you'll get 10 sessions, it's called Health Assured, and that's what they said, and you go for it. You kind of think like, oh, they've done this for me. It kind of makes a big difference when a company does that, and you feel like, they're looking after me. That makes a difference, rather than you feel like, he's just a miserable twat.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. And I think it's definitely worth for everyone who works, look into who you work for and see what they have to offer, because a lot of places do offer this sort of thing. I've
Staff don't
noticed.
normally know, do they?
But it's not advertised.
Yeah, it's like the
Whether
closely
that
guarded
is-
secret.
Whether that is because they want to try and keep costs down and not use it, or
Yeah.
whatever it is, or it is just a case of we just forgot to mention it, or we did but you didn't realise what it was. I mean, I know for us anyway, we used to have Be Well.
Yeah.
I heard about it, didn't know much about it. You had to go through about 50 links to try and find
Yeah.
it on the page. And then it changed to VivUp,
Yeah.
which I finally made use of last year? The year before?
Last
It was
year.
last year, yeah. And I was like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah.
It makes it, like you said, it makes you feel human. Because as Dan will tell you, we do feel like just a number, because we quite literally are.
Well, yeah. For my column.
But it makes you feel human again, and it makes you feel like you're a valued member of that organisation, because well, they've got this in place for a reason. They
Yeah.
must care,
I think-
surely.
I think the
It's
difference
so
is,
small.
though, is when your company offers it to you and puts
That
it on a
is- yeah.
plate rather than it having to be you jumping through the hoops to do it. Because then you get back to the, oh, fuck, I don't want to do that. It's too
Can't be
difficult.
arsed. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do it.
Whereas if it's offered to you, you're like, well, I feel bad saying
If you
no.
got a phone call saying, all right, Dan, how are you doing? Okay, right, we've sorted this out. It's happening next Wednesday. All right, okay. That would be far better for me than me having to go, can I speak to somebody? Oh, wrong number, put the phone down.
Oh, 100%.
And
It's
just-
more like companies need to be a bit more proactive to show that these things are
Yeah.
available. So I know for a fact, exactly like you just mentioned now, if I had to search for some shit, after a while I'd just give up.
Yeah,
I think
fuck
I'd just
it.
deal with it. It's fine.
yeah, yeah,
You just brush it under the carpet.
yeah.
It's the
100%.
effort.
And like you said, if a company offers it to you, it takes away that pressure of the decision making. Think,
Yeah,
do I, don't I,
100%.
do I?
Mm.
Whereas if they just go, you're doing it, it takes away any sort
Yeah.
of other thoughts.
But
you
it,
have,
it
is
also
gonna cost
qualifies
me,
you
is
in a
it?
little bit then as well, because then you think, well, yeah, somebody else can see that I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not me going, oh, he's not moaning again. It's somebody's recognised that they're
Yeah.
like, right, we're going to do this for you and reward or help you out that way.
I think I actually asked for it from my company.
Oh, well, that's fucked that conversation.
Sorry, no.
isn't it?
Yes.
Edit that out, Taylor.
It was offered. No, sorry, I sat in with the driver. So obviously, when you have a meeting and it's sort of like official, they'll say, "Do you want a member of staff in with you?" And a colleague of mine asked me to go in, so I said, "Okay." And I sat in listening to everything, and then they said about this therapy sessions and counselling that you could be offered. The company, and then it was only then I said to them like, "Can I please, would you be able to give me the information?" And they literally said, "Yeah." They're like, "Here's the number. You just give them a call. You'll speak to someone that'll do an assessment for you, and then you'll basically find something out in a few weeks, on what's going to happen." And that was it. It was a phone call, an assessment, and then eventually they paired me up with Mel, and then we just sort of took it on from there for like 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was and like you said, it's something so small. Like you it's not actually that much. Just that small effort to say, "Here, we can offer you this."
Yeah.
But it makes such a big difference to that individual.
Oh, 100%.
I guess it feels less of a taboo, doesn't it, when someone actually offers it you, as opposed to you having
Yeah.
to go around the house to try and find out this information. Whereas if it's in your face, and
Yeah.
you're able to use it.
Take
life's a lot
advantage of
easier.
it. It's
The
there.
thing is,
do it.
if more companies can offer that, it takes a massive strain off the NHS as well. Because
Yep.
obviously they've got a huge backlog, this huge waiting list of people wanting to get through to talking therapies. We've heard from people in the group saying it's taken nearly a year and a half sometimes for them to get something. And
Yeah.
for a lot of people, that could be too late.
Yep.
So if more companies offered it, then that backlog goes down. So
Yeah.
then people who need to use the NHS can use it.
Yep.
But obviously,
But then there's
companies
always
don't
going to be
necessarily
that
wanna
whose
spend the-
responsibility is it?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
oh,
That's where it's all going to fall
it's-
down to.
I always find that is the biggest problem with mental health services across the board, regardless whether they're private, public, whatever. It's not quite our remit. You go over there.
Yeah,
and
you've
they
not
say the
quite
same
made
thing,
it to our side of the road yet. That's still on
Let me
yours.
refer you to those guys over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
and they
it's just
refer
the way
you
the
back.
cookie crumbles. Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing with unemployment as well. You got to think, or people that are in there, they, like you say, companies, they could actually it's not just about putting people on these programs because they need help, but they could also put people on the program to improve them. So you could have people that work around HR that say, would you like to work where you could do some counselling for people?
Yeah.
And maybe there'll be people that be like, I'd love to do that, help others and help people in
Train
this
them.
company, train them up
Yeah.
and have something in-house. That would just make such a huge difference as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's a massive bugbear of mine, and it's something I've got to input in a couple of weeks' time, which I'm trying to push. You have your mental health first aiders at work, you have the HR department they report to, but if we had more people with that lived experience that could offer that peer support at ground level, even on a very basic level, look, mate, I've been through that shit. You know, this is all, let's have a chat about it. And then you can start the process from there rather than having to wait to go 3 or 4 levels up before you get anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to push for, is more of an understanding on the factory floor to get the ball rolling. And because, without sounding shit, the people that make those decisions further up the food chain might not necessarily have gone through the shit that you've gone through. Whereas if you spoke to a colleague who's dealing with the same shit day in, day out, there's
More
a
relatable.
far more understanding of that you can have a conversation with. Not even, it wouldn't even have to be an official conversation. You could just have a chat. Oh, I'm the brew. Let's have a conversation. And you just get talking about it. Because you're talking about it, it's out there. It's not in your head.
I mean, how often do you find yourself with other people at work having a bit of a bitch and a moan
Oh,
about
probably
the
every
state
day.
of the workplace or
Yeah.
something's happened and it's really pissed you off?
Yeah.
So you have a bit of a bitch and a moan, and afterwards you feel
You're
brilliant.
done. Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. It's not something I've just noticed. I'm not
But
being a
it
bit.
stops it manifesting into something bigger, because then you've got it out. You're not.
Yeah.
It's not playing in your head for days on end afterwards, thinking, "Fucking hell, this is really winding me up now."
And usually, a lot of people within your team or your area feel exactly the same.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're never singled out. But I think when you're in that situation, you feel that it's only you, especially if you don't know that help's available. But I think you are right. I mean, if there are teams or even just a number of people within the same company or within the same, like, almost job spec that can actually relate to your own job and how you feel, then that probably would actually cancel out a lot of issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would.
That's it. That's on the manifesto.
Done. I'll put it on my iPad.
Put it
On your iPad,
Put it on
yeah.
my iPad.
Yeah.
But what's interesting, Rob, you spoke about it before we got inside today. You were saying that you listened to podcasts the other week about when Alex and Darren were in and how that had helped, and you thought, fuck me, yeah, people listen to this. People will be listening to you today going, do you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck me, yeah. And we say all the time, you think that you're the only one in that bubble, the only thing you're the only one it's happening to, and it's not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fair play to you for coming and talk about it, because the amount of people that listen to this and go, oh,
I was going to say, because
yeah.
some of the stuff we've spoken about today, we haven't covered in the entire 57 episode podcast
No.
that we have.
No,
So
Yeah.
I know for a fact we haven't spoken about how mental health can affect your sex drive and your relationship life in that way.
no.
Obviously, we go down the more mental side of it and how, you know, the relationship can feel a bit rocky, things like that. But like you said, it seems like a very taboo subject to say, oh, I can't perform because I'm struggling. And people, I think more people will relate with that.
Yeah,
than
it
you realise.
feels like at the time it feels embarrassing. And I mean, my inspiration really is there was a vlogger. So I'm into motorcycles, and there was a YouTuber who kind of rides bikes around London, and he just talks on his camera. Like, he has the camera on, and he just talks. And there was a point where he was talking about his mental health and how much he was struggling with depression, and I just thought, this guy, I mean, and he was very like open about like talking about sexuality and stuff and whatever. And I just thought, this guy is talking to like thousands of people and he's just opening up. And I thought, you know, like, fair play. Like, he's, you know, it's sort of like, it did personally help me.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought, wow. And it was him who actually helped me to kind of go, do you know what? I have got problems and I need to go and speak to my missus and say, do you know what? I'm not okay. I'm struggling a bit. And before it was like, you know, no, it can't be seen. You know, the old stigma of, you know, you're a man, you know, just bottle it up, get on with it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you know, I've changed so much. Like, I was always like, no, I don't need antidepressants. I've always been like that. And then earlier this year, I got put on antidepressants, which I was happy to do so. I wanted something. You know, I was at a point where I was like, I need something.
Yeah.
I need to feel better.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Funny enough, the other week, I was like, are these working? Because I've been taking them for a few months. And you think, are they working? Are they not? They are working, because I had the lurgy 2 weeks ago, and kids were off school, and me and my daughter watched Back to the Future, because it's one of my favourite films of all time.
Quality film, yeah.
And I said to her, do you want to watch it? You know, you've got to follow the first bit because of what happens, and then, you know, and then it all makes sense. So anyway, we're watching it, and I was like, you know, and I found that I was getting very emotional that week. So I wasn't taking my tablets because I was just ill. I was coughing and all sorts. And I was getting really emotional. And I got to the point where, you know, when Marty is playing the guitar and he's starting to fade away, and then his mum and dad kiss, and he comes back. I was like, I'm going to cry in a minute.
Pass the tissues.
And I was just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
But
Mate,
yeah.
I've done it. I've sat there and like you, and you just I've watched fucking adverts on telly that suddenly have just gone. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But it just shows that everything is being released and functioning in its normal way as it should, and it just comes out. And
It kind of shocks you as well.
Yeah, I mean, I found, especially since being more open about how I feel mentally and everything like that, especially since joining Back and Forth, I've become a lot more emotional. So I know in earlier episodes of the podcast, I always said there are times where I want to cry, but for whatever reason, I physically can't. Nothing comes out.
Yeah.
Now, literally anything will fucking set me off.
yeah.
Anything. I'll just be sat there and be like, oh, there's a bird.
Mate, honestly, Pete Wicks' program has started back on telly for dog's sake, or whatever it is.
No, I can't.
Oh fuck me! There's a dog on the other night, and I'm laid on the bed watching it. Jen's watching this, and I'm going, trying to fucking cry.
Dogs do that for me.
Yeah, man. It's just got me straight. I was like,
dogs,
fucking hell.
they've always, that's always like,
Or
on TikTok,
DIY
whatever.
SOS, another one. I'm done if I'm
Really?
watching that. Yeah.
Don't give a fuck about cats though.
Yeah, no, fuck cats. DIY SOS, mate, guaranteed.
I mean, I know it's
every
getting
week.
bad because we were watching Big Brother last night, and this is something I'd never
That
watched
is really
before.
bad.
I cried watching that.
Joe's got me hooked on it, and now I'm like, I feel a connection with all of them in there. And they're reading out their letters from home. Bearing in mind they're in the last week, but there's still somehow 8 of them left. Don't ask me how they managed that. Anyway, they got to Richard, who's like an old boy in there, and for whatever reason, like they're reading out his letter, and everyone in there's crying. I'm just there like.
Yeah, you hold it in. You don't want, like, Alison always goes, she'll go, are you crying? And I'm like, no.
Pretend that you've had a yawn.
Yeah.
You just see
But-
like 3 veins come out of the forehead. It's just like, no, right.
I mean, it's like what if I watch something like say if I was on my own and I watched something like The Green Mile or I don't know Castaway when he loses Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah, but do you know what? When you do have their moments where you're on your own, you think, oh, sure, I'll let it out. It actually is like really good. Like it feels good.
Yeah.
Very therapeutic.
It's
I
what
think
is
there's a
it? Is it
science
you
behind
release endorphins or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, you spoke about your struggles, Dan, a few weeks ago. And you said about how you were like, you're struggling.
Yeah.
But you do find that when you release it, it's like the pressure's off. It's like it's almost like you've just pulled a valve and it's just gone.
Just open the tap and
I'll
it's
say- It's like, I always describe it as like, when you have brain freeze, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it just goes.
Yeah.
So after you've had a good crying afterwards, you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
relief.
Yeah. And everything
And
goes
you just have a
quiet
really
as well.
nice long
Yeah.
nap
It's just
as
you
well.
get that period of just yeah.
Just have a nap
Banana
afterwards.
nap.
You feel amazing.
Yeah.
Have a cry, have a nap,
Crying.
and you're fine.
Crying's good. Crying's
Honestly, the
wicked.
amount of times that I'll take myself off in the shower and have a cry in the shower because then nobody sees it. But you've done it. You're doing it. Doesn't matter. Just do it wherever and just get it out.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's a release, right? And the thing is, it de-stresses you, and that's the purpose of it.
Yeah.
Emotions are there to be felt,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I'll give you an example. This weekend, it was my dad's 85th birthday, and we made a bit of a fuss about it. We took him out, went to the Covered Wagon, which has just opened up near the A40.
Holyhead Road, yeah.
Yeah. Really nice. Really recommend it. But after that, we went back, and my niece had made a video of all of us saying happy birthday, and we watched it on TV. And I was watching my dad. And whilst watching my dad, Dad loves TV anyway, so anything that's on, he'll watch it. But you could see he was concentrating on this next level, and he was like smiling, and that to me was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then after that, he doesn't talk in public. He doesn't do anything like this kind of shit, right? He just sat there and he goes, "I'm just so happy." He goes, "But my ultimate wish is to make sure all of you guys are happy. That's all I wanted," and that was enough to set me off.
Yeah.
That was enough. And I saw my sister go. I saw my mum go. I saw my other sister
It's
go.
coming like a Mexican wave around the room.
Literally, it does. And I just looked at the wall like this. And I turned around.
Pass me by.
But fuck this
It's all
shit.
is your turn now.
But I was proud of that moment. That was happy tears. It was good tears because you kind of feel that you've done something right for your dad to be that proud.
Yeah.
And you guys will feel this as well. Obviously, when your kids grow up, well, I'm not gonna. I hate kids, but I've got my nieces and nephews. I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we say it all the time, don't we?
Fuck kids, fuck cats.
You get conditioned as a bloke to not show your emotions, not cry.
Yeah.
But it's the most natural thing in the fucking world.
Yeah.
You're human. You just deal with the same shit that everybody else does.
Yeah.
If you cry.
Do
Yeah.
it.
And you know what? You feel better for it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I will say one thing though. I can cry to my missus and my family, and even some of my friends. If I was like really down or struggling, and I went to my friends and I started to tear up, and I've had it in the past before, but it was over like stupid stuff when I was younger, like girlfriends or drinking and stuff like that. And it's fine, but I do think like with my kids, I'd never cry in front of them.
Yeah.
I just think like there's like a bit of a limit where like, you know, my lad's 2, my daughter's 10. And I think, like, you know, I have to be seen to be like this sort of strong figure. I mean, it sounds terrible, like obviously I'm putting the stigma on it again, but just for the kids, I think, or just show them that you're strong. Because if they ever need someone to depend on, you've just got to be that person.
Yeah. No, I
But
get
where
that.
do you draw the line with that though? Because you would also want to show them that it's okay to be emotional, to be able to cry, and if you have those feelings. So where do you draw the line? Because obviously you might need to make me understand that because I'm not a dad.
I think when the kids are that bit older, it's easier because you can almost have your cry, you can have your 5 minutes, and then you can have that conversation afterwards and say, going back to the why and what.
Yeah.
This is what this is why I'm feeling like this.
Yeah.
This is what's happened. This is why I'm upset. When they're younger, it's so much more difficult because they're like, "What are you doing?" And 9 times out of 10, they don't take any fucking notice anyway and do their own thing. But yeah, when I found it was because I mean I've got a 16-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old. To be fair, Theo's pretty switched on. I could probably have a conversation with him, but it'd be easier to have the conversation with my 16-year-old and my 8-year-old about why I was upset rather than him. So yeah, you can see both sides of it really, and it's finding that.
Yeah, I think like if you've got like money problems or say like you've got stress at work and it's really getting to you, I think sort of that sort of. But if there was something else, like say if you've had, I don't know, like a death in the family or something, that's where you could be like,
Right,
you know, and they go, oh, you know, are you crying, Daddy? And you go, yeah, I'm just really sad.
I
Because
guess they can understand that more, right? I see your point now.
but don't let like the world's problems that come on top, like, you know, you've just got to suck it up. Like you could cry to, you know, anyone else, like your partner, your mum and dad, your friends, sister, brother. But the kids, it's sort of like, you know, just don't let them, kind of bubble them from it.
Yeah, there is an element of that. It's protect them because they're going to find out pretty soon that the world's a pretty shit place.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of do that, just keep them away from that for as long as you can before they find that start reality out.
So I'm glad you brought that down because I probably would never have known that answer until you actually just said that.
I think I could be talking out my arse, mate. I normally do, but that's how I feel. That's
it makes sense.
how I approach it.
Yeah, but it does make sense. And I also
Note that, Dan.
Right?
11th of November. Dan said something that's made sense.
well, let me just
Put it on your iPad.
right on my iPad. Can I just circle back on something? We've got time. We've got time.
Really loads of time.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to circle back to, you know, how you felt to be able to actually reach out. So obviously you're going through a real tough time. I mean, do you know what it was that actually got you to that position? What made you feel that shit?
It was like a build up of everything. So it was obviously, it sounds terrible because I'm talking about my son like he's like
Pain in the arse. Yeah,
which,
been there.
but it's not. It's not him himself. It's the dynamic. So you know, babies are just complicated, and they take up so much of your time. And it's that shift of, I've got a daughter who's grown up now, and she's 8. She's very like, you know, I say she's independent. She's able to do things. So like, you know, she can make herself a sandwich, and she can make herself a drink, and she can go and play. She can do whatever. I don't have to like keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you go, right, we've got to go back to when she was like a baby, and right, we've got to do it all again. And then you suddenly go, oh man, I started to get this time. I started to get a bit of time to myself and a bit of time to do this, that, and the other. It's all gone now. And that was it. It just felt like I was a prisoner. And then it was almost like I'm literally looking after a baby. I'm not sleeping. I'm just working. And there's and then the effects of like, you know, everything else on top, like, you know, the bills, got to make sure the mortgage is paid, got to, you know, and then got to go do shopping, and it was just everything. Everything just builds up, and you're just like, I don't know how I can do this, and it was just getting more and more. And then my work was getting worse, where they were pushing me out for longer hours, and I was like, I can't do this. I even said to them, I'd come in and be like, I'm knackered. I was like, I've only had like 4 hours sleep, and they literally would just go, yeah, well, you need to get on because you got a booking at you got a booking at, you know, at 4:30, you know, in the lorry, and you're just like, okay, God. And then, but like, you know, I've been in with HR, and I've got things now that have been written down which say, you know, like they've said, oh, we know we're not happy about this, because I think they just said it because HR were there.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, I've got it written down now. So if you start pushing me back there, I'll just come back at you with this piece of paper because you have a duty of care.
Yeah.
You know, and a responsibility. You know, not just for me, but and that's the thing. That's why I stepped away from work. I just said I'm not doing it because you're not going to take me out of it. But there's no way I'm going to drive when I can't concentrate, and I'm going to put you know, a family at risk.
Lives at risk.
Yeah.
There'd be lives at risk.
Lives at risk, and you know, I mean, I get really like pissed off because the amount of times like I drive and I can see everything. Like you can look down into everyone's cars and you can pretty much see their life. You can see where people are on their phones. I mean, I've even had lorry drivers go past and they're just sat like this, sort of like next. Well, no, there was a guy. He was, I don't know what country he's from, but he was in a left-hand drive car. So he was sat. So you're like me in my lorry. He was sat here. He was about 3 feet away from me, and he's just going like that, just scrolling through social media while he's driving at like 56 mile an hour. And I was just
Yeah.
like one split second of something.
Yeah.
And then like for me, it's like, well, it's my job. It's a responsibility, and I take it serious. I mean, probably the worst thing I'll ever do is, I don't know, is like say if I'm listening to I listen to Spotify a lot, but then maybe like something comes on or something changes, and then you just kind of go, you can use the steering wheel functions, but then you just sort of like go, right, I want to change it to something different, and that's probably as bad as it will go. But I don't ever like go on my phone while I'm driving because it's just like.
I'm glad you're saying that with these two here.
But no, it is. It's like I think it's because people seem to think like, oh, you know, it's fine, like, you know, because it hasn't happened. But
Until it does.
And that's it.
if you just imagine, if you put yourself in a situation where, you know, go from, you know, sitting in your car where you're sat there texting, and then just go, right, imagine now there's smoke coming off the front of your car, there's a woman screaming, and then you get out and you're like, oh, what's going on? There's blood on your head, and then all of a sudden there's like 2 children in the back of that car dead. Like, how are you going to feel? And it can happen so quickly from you thinking like, I'm just sending a text, say someone, oh, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes or whatever, or to something completely different, something
Was it worth it?
catastrophic.
The question
Yeah,
is, was it worth it?
never ever is it worth it. And you know what I mean? You got to think like, God, years ago it was never like that because no one had phones, so you just got on with it, didn't you?
Yeah, right.
And it baffles me because I'll always see people driving around in 25 plate cars and everything.
Yeah.
All of which don't just have Bluetooth.
Yeah.
They have Apple CarPlay,
Yeah.
Android Auto, whatever. So they have absolutely no reason to be on their phones, at least holding it. The reason they've done that function is to reduce people on their phones like this. And it doesn't give you the option to type on it or anything. It will just, you have to read out the text you want to send. You have to say it aloud.
Yeah.
So at no point are you actually losing much focus at all. It's bare minimum as if you're having a conversation.
Sadly, it's not enough
And
for a lot
you
of
still
people,
see them, and it's like they're on Snapchat or FaceTime. That's the one that gets me.
I was behind a motorcyclist
They're
last
on
week, FaceTiming somebody whilst he's on the motorbike. You're like,
And I'm like,
seriously, dude.
Is there any reason for it to be FaceTime, or can you just have a normal fucking phone call through the car? Why
Mate,
do you need to be staring
this
at
is getting dangerously close to you getting angry enough for a love spuds.
Oh yeah, let's
Isn't
poke
it?
him.
That's the most vexed I've seen him in a couple of weeks, and that's
You know
bordering
why?
on a love
You know
spud.
why you can tell he's getting vexed.
Veins out.
Nostril. It's the nostril
Veins.
Flaring, the flaring of the nostrils.
But no,
yeah.
it is a pet peeve.
No, I agree with you. And like you say, it's all well and good until, but that until is fucking huge.
I was going to say.
Yeah. But that's to say, it's like being tired. Like I say, being tired as well when you're behind the wheel is awful. It is awful.
I hate it.
So we put the window down, or you're driving on a cat's eye, just try and keep yourself awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only benefit is like there are times when I'll drive up to Leeds way or something, and I will just go, right, I'm feeling tired, and I'll be coming up to whatever service is, get in. Hopefully there's a spot to park the lorry, and then luckily I've got the bed on the back, so I can just like shoes off, close the curtains, and just jump on the bed and close my eyes. And I said to them sometimes, I said, you know what, if I'm there for 2-3 hours, then so be it. But I said, I ain't driving tired.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not putting myself and others at risk, so that's the way it is.
I'd say the safety of people on the road is more important than whether someone gets their Amazon delivery on time.
Yeah.
It's never that deep.
No.
Because I've done it
agree.
before where, I mean, it was awful coming back from Turkey, driving, because obviously I had to basically do a full
Drove to
fucking-
Turkey.
from the airport.
It's a long
It was
way,
on the
man.
way back
There you
from
go.
Turkey.
It's
Anyway,
a long drive, isn't it?
but
It's
just
teeth
ended
worth
up having
it,
to go from Stansted to Gatwick, which is the other fucking side of London, and then come home. So basically the full fucking circuit, the M25, and then the drive home.
Yeah.
Oh,
The M25 shit anyway.
Bearing
It's
in
the
mind,
worst bit of
I've
road
been
in the
up since
country.
the crack of dawn because I had to check out the hotel. Then we were sat waiting around for the late night flight, and it's the early hours of the next day, and I'm just there like, and you can feel it's when your eyes just physically won't stay open.
Yeah.
It is the worst feeling I've ever had.
And it's
I
like you
hate
lose
it.
control of all your limbs as well. They're like, these aren't attached to me anymore.
Yeah,
it's the moment.
and
It's
you
that
find
moment.
yourself blinking one eye at a time, and you're like,
It's that moment when your head touches the back of the headrest.
Yeah, and you
That's the killer. It's
oh,
like,
yeah,
oh,
I could just, I'm a, yeah.
Just close my eyes for
That's
one
the worst
second.
bit.
Yeah, it's not gonna
I
happen.
mean, obviously you'll know the routes anyway from the M25 way back up this way, but there's a stretch of it, especially on the M25, where there are just no services for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And I think they need to change that because it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking the next one, I'll put in the next one. How many miles away is it? 16, and you're like, fuck's sake.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
on a normal motorway, 16 miles, you're like, I'm up there in 10 minutes. The M25, that's 3 hours.
Yeah,
Like, I
you're
can't
lucky if you can get
yeah.
above 60.
Yeah.
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 Bang.
Talking of
Yeah.
services, I heard something on the radio yesterday, and they're voting for the best services in the country.
okay.
Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Gloucester. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But have you
Yeah.
not sampled Gloucester services?
No, not yet.
That's a
You,
road
you
trip.
know how you
That's-
mentioned T-Bay?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that.
Was it
Yeah.
like a farmy kind of?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
see, I
looks like,
that kind of
you
shit.
see the Teletubbies, right?
Yeah.
And the little hill they live in.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
exactly that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only without the tubby custard, and it's like
And the tubby
really
twats.
expensive meat.
Yeah.
Got it.
However, they serve the best food.
Oh,
Yeah.
the pies.
The pies and sausage rolls. We stopped when we went down to Exmouth in the summer for our Jolly Boys outing. We stopped there on the way down because everybody wanted to stop at Gloucester. Baking hot day, and we all bought sausage rolls. And I mean, they're the finest butcher's
Proper.
selection. Buttery pastry just melts. Inside is like a fucking volcano. It's so hot. It's like
Roof your mouth on
Yeah,
fire,
you got to leave it cool down for 20 minutes. But yeah,
I mean, if you take your time and have a good look, I mean, I've had I've had a pie there before, which is like lamb with mint,
Oh, yeah.
and it's got like vegetables and carrots and stuff in it, and it's just like it's unbelievable. And that's the thing, because I used to run to Bristol quite a lot, so obviously passing there a lot, and then sometimes you'd be like, I've had my lunch. And you're like, I'm a bit peckish. It's like, oh, I'm gonna stop. But that's one of the things I don't like. Services have like the worst supermarkets. It's Waitrose or M&S, the most expensive ones.
Yeah.
Like, can't there be an Asda or a Tesco or,
yeah.
you know?
Chuck an Aldi on the side
Yeah.
of there. One, please. Thank
Love
you very
Spud.
much.
Love Spud. Just before we do
We've
get into that,
segued into that. Yeah.
I want to ask you: do you think? Would you say you're proud of yourself for making the move to actually looking for help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's helped me so much. Just, you know, I think that's the thing. You can only, and that's the thing, you can only help yourself. Like, no one can make you do it because you have to be able to want to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And I was sort of like, it was just like, I just looked at like the way my life was. And I mean, it's hard because there's people out there that struggle with much worse things. You know, like there's addictions and, you know, people have lost things and people. And but we all deal with things differently. Like
we do,
no one has the same sort of grief for certain things. Like there's something that would really upset me that you three might go, "What the fuck are you on about? It's not
Yeah.
cool," or
Yeah.
vice versa. But it's like, you know, you've got to. But that's what I mean. We all experience things differently, and the way we feel about them. I mean, one thing I was gonna mention. I was going to just change the subject slightly quickly.
Yeah.
Is I don't know how to word this right, but I thought about it the other day, and it's like, you know, we want to do something, we want to be happy.
Yeah.
Now, do you do something that makes you happy, or do you do something that you like, or that you're interested in? Because I have this feeling that if you want to do something that you think makes you happy, it's not always going to make you happy, and it might let you down.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go, do you know what, I like that and I'm interested in that, that's where I want to go, then the chances are it's something you do, you know, you like, and then you're not, your expectations are lower. Like the other day, I dropped my son off at his grandmother's, and I'm about halfway between rugby and caffeine and machine. So I was like, I'm going to go caffeine and machine actually, because I like caffeine and machine, and that's what I did. And I had like such a great day there. I went there for like an hour, had a drink and a bite to eat. There was some cool cars there and everything. and I kind of left and I felt so much better. Like just to do something that I know I like.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, what do you think about that? Like, it's like, you should do things that make you happy, but it's like, do they let you
You're
down?
second guessing, and then you fall out of love with it because it's not lived up to your expectations.
Yeah,
when you
I
get
see
there.
a point on that one. It's a bit of a difficult one. I always think if you like something and it's going to make you happy, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's just the way I'm functioning now, and that's how my brain is wired. I mean, it could be anything as long as it's not something that's going to kill you,
Yeah.
or like cause detrimental effect to anyone else.
Yeah.
Just do it.
You like RC cars, don't you?
I love cars.
Yeah, I love RC cars. I've had Tamiya's, Kyosho's, Sens, and then
Best, man.
I've been following a lot of it lately, actually. But it's like, some of the stuff out there is incredible.
I'll give you some recommendations.
£1,000.
Ever since we started talking about it, I've been looking through and been like, I could just do that again. I am going to get round to it this winter. It's going to get a rebuild,
Armour.
but yeah.
I've got all of
But-
mine out.
I think, like Vish said, if it's that half full, half empty glass again.
Yeah.
You know, if you that mindset, you has to be, I enjoy doing this. It's going to be fun, and you don't make it so much of a chore, or a labor of love. But it's, if you enjoy it, just go and do it. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to have the same effect. There might be that odd occasion, but if you like it that much, you'll come back and do it again anyway.
Yeah.
And also, if you have to really think about it, whether you like it or not,
You don't like it
clearly
that much in the first place.
Yeah. Fuck it. Don't do it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was thinking about it weirdly, like, 'cause it's like, there's some things you go, I'm going to go down to this place because it makes me happy. But then, what if you go down there and the weather's rubbish, or there's like a group of people there that are like, making the atmosphere a bit bad? Then you kind of leave and you're like, oh, that was rubbish.
Yeah, but I suppose then that's them making it bad,
Yeah.
not the place.
That's not the place.
And I
Yeah,
think,
exactly.
there's, like, if you go somewhere, it might not necessarily be because the weather's always good, or there's something about that you relate to, and that'll always be there. It's just sometimes it's masked by dickheads being dickheads.
The purpose is right. You're doing it for that right reason.
Yeah.
People are dickheads, and sometimes they will ruin experiences.
Yeah.
But that's not down to that place's fault. It's just down to that. Sadly, those people.
Yeah, at that specific time.
Yeah.
I had it with fishing. I'll get where you're coming from. I
Yeah.
love fishing, and I still like fishing. I won't say that in front of Jack
like,
because he'll go mad at me. But
I like kite flying.
yeah.
Do you know
But,
what?
so if you went kite flying and the wind didn't blow, would it stop you going kite flying again?
No, it wouldn't. No, but I like.
You're just trying to
that's the
catch him
thing.
out now.
No, see, I like kite flying, so I would do it. But does kite flying make me happy? It does when the wind's blowing. But if the wind don't blow it, I'm not very happy.
That's the point. That's the point. Yeah.
But I tell you what, Normandy Hill's really good.
Yeah, it's good.
I've got up there. I had a stunt kite. That's the thing. Not a 1-string kite, but a proper 2-string. And I don't know what it is, but it sounds like. I talk about it and I think it sounds so naff.
No, mate, no, it's good
No,
because
no.
But
We've
when
got
you're
the
up there,
kids
you've got
into
the 2 strings and you're making them loop and
Yeah.
flying them around. It's making that noise when the material proper
Yeah.
flaps when it goes quick.
we got the kids
See how
into it.
excited you get.
I love it. And then it's like, but then I think, God, I'm such a bore.
We got the kids into it just at the beginning of the summer, and they came home from school, and somebody bought them. They're not allowed to take sweets into school now because of all the allergies and things. So somebody brought in some kites for the kids, which was brilliant. I thought, great present.
Awesome idea.
So they came home with the little 1-string kite. So we took it up on the play park and we were flying it. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't flown a kite for years. I was up when I was flying. I was like, I like this. Went back home and bought a stunt kite on Amazon. It's lived in the cupboard since. It's not taken out. And I keep saying we've got to take the stunt kite out and I'd get it up on Normandy Hill. But
Normandy Hill's really good.
That reminds me when I went to Cornwall with my family last year, and my sister has a stunt kite. It's all well and good until the wind's a little bit too strong. And then it becomes a deadly
you
weapon.
bouncing along with it. Yeah, taking somebody's head off as it
It nearly
comes.
killed me a couple of times. But, it makes that noise. But when the wind blows a bit too strong, it is like a death screech.
Yeah.
And it just comes zooming across, then it just goes straight down into the ground towards you. And you're like, yeah.
It's when you can hear the tension through the strings. It's that
Yeah.
tight and it's playing as it's coming towards it.
And you're like,
Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of things out there that people like. And you know what? If it's something you like and you want to do, like, do it.
Do it.
It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or
Correct.
says. Because there's always, like you say, like, the RC, there's so many stuff out there. And I haven't done it for ages, but I've had, like, loads of cars from when I was younger. And I've still got them. And it's like, I've started to look into it again.
I can see an RC race off coming.
I can see it happening right
It's-
now.
yeah,
I've got some
the cogs
awesome
are started
recommendations.
already.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Well,
excited.
The last car I bought was a Schumacher Menace.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, which I've still got. It's got 3 speeds.
Yeah.
badass. I'm into the MJXs right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh MJX. Yeah, I've seen
really
them.
good, really good. So we can geek out about this.
Yeah.
Proper geek out about this. But I will say, you have got some really good energy about you. You know, you've been through your shit. You have been through your shit, and you're on the rise. I can feel the difference. I pick up on people's energy really quickly.
Yeah.
From the moment I met you to now, I think you've got some really good energy, and you're going in the right direction.
No, that's it. I've always tried to stay positive. You know, like that's the thing. It's like I guess humor has always been like a mask. I think it's for like all of us, isn't it? But I've always tried to be positive, and it's like my missus, she has her struggles, and I always try and say like, look, I try and remain positive and sort of look, we've felt like this before. Don't worry, we will get through it. And it's like got to keep it going.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. I've always tried to be a positive person. That's the thing. I think that's why it took so long as well for me to sort of come forward, because I think as well I masked it quite well as well, in a way, sort of like trying to be all like, no, I'm all fine, nothing bothers me. But actually, it's like I'm hurting inside and I need help. That's the thing. That was the truth of it.
I guess you go through that thing of where instead of saving yourself, you're saving someone else. You know, like you're trying to make someone else feel better by putting the humor on, but really you've got your own issues to deal with.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Very classic.
Yep.
Love spuds then, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Right, okay, all right. Rob's taken over. Right, love spuds. Okay,
I've got
Rob.
2.
All right, don't fucking rub it in. I forgot mine last week. I couldn't remember it when we sat here.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I heard that.
And I got in the car on the way and was like, oh, fuck. That's what it was. I can't remember now, so you start and I'll come back to it.
You know what we could do? You can start with one. We'll go around. You can finish up with your second.
So yeah, the first one is last week. Daughter went to school, and then I got a phone call from the school, and they said, Phoebe, she's not well. She's feeling sick. Can you come and pick her up? I says, yeah, no worries. Right, I'll jump in the car and I'll come and get her. So I pull up at the school, and usually we have to park down the road and everything. So I thought, well, I'm picking her up because she's sick. I'll park inside. So I ring the bell. She's like, no, you can't park in here. It's for staff only. You have to park down the road. I was like, okay, so parked down the road. And then even when we walked out, she was just like so in such a bad way. She was just like, she's 10 years old. She's going to be 11 on Thursday when this goes out.
He has listened to these. He smashed it.
She literally was like, Dad, I don't feel good. She was like, can you carry me? And I was just like, okay. So I pick her up and I'm carrying her to the car. So I had to carry her to the car and put her in the car. And I just thought, like, she's sick. Like, she's not well. You could let me into the car park for 2 minutes just to get her to the car so I can take her home. Yeah. That was just the one. That just annoyed me.
I'm with you on that, because the other week, Theo was poorly at school. He smacked his head, he had a big egg on his head. So
of course he did.
Oh, yeah, it's Theo, isn't it? So I was at work. They rang. I'm like, I'm at work. Jen picked up the phone. She said, I'll go and sort it out. So she gets there, and they've taken him out of the classroom, and he sat in the reception, egg on his head, cold piece of blue roll like we used to have when we were in school.
Heels all.
And they're like, oh, we think you should go home. And Jen's like, yeah, I'll take him home. So he's there with no jumper on. He's just got his school shirt and his tie on. They brought his bag out, but didn't bring his coat out of the classroom. And Jen's like, oh, it's raining outside. And she said, oh, do you want me to go and get his coat then?
Well, no,
just fucking let him get so wet, piss wet through, you know what I mean? And it's like, you've rung us, you were concerned about him, but now you're happy to send him out in the fucking cold and the rain with no coat on.
I would have been like, are you teaching my kid?
Yeah. What the? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm with you that, yeah, schools are a bit, yeah.
Do you want to go on with yours?
I have a love plums.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's spicy.
So, I was I don't know if any of you were aware of this, but I was completely unaware until yesterday that Tesco had a little competition going. That if between certain days in October you purchased a Lego product that was £10 or more, you'd be entered into this competition automatically if you scan your club card. Turns out I did, because I'm a sucker for Lego.
Who isn't?
And I had an email yesterday come through, and I was convinced it was a scam. I have since verified it is not a scam, that I have won part of said competition.
Okay.
Which is I get 4 free tickets to Legoland Windsor.
Nice.
For the Tesco exclusive Christmas
4.
event.
Yeah, we're in. Yeah.
For the Tesco exclusive Christmas event. Now, because me being me, I thought this was too good to be true. I was finding every possible way to try and prove that this was a scam.
Yeah.
But no, I've got the tickets.
You champ.
We will soon find out, though, when I come back with another Love Spuds, it is.
Yeah, so I get the Legoland was closed. Just some guys on a Tesco carrier bag.
I've already decided that if it is, I'll just go and have a nice day out in Windsor. Worst things have happened.
Down the river, nice day out in Windsor. Yeah, you
But
jammy
yeah,
bastard.
I thought I fucking never win anything.
Oh, well done.
And I got 4 tickets to Legoland.
Fair play.
Well done, you.
Yeah, there we go.
Good on you, man. Just remember us when you go, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking, it's only Legoland. Jesus.
So what? It's a day out, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what
Remember
it is
us
about.
when you go. I'm not going for tea with the king.
I wouldn't go to that. I wouldn't bother about that.
I don't know what it is about Lego though. You know when kids have got like a big bucket of Lego, just random. It's like you can't help yourself, but they get it out and you go,
Put
I've
shit
got to go
together.
build
I'm in.
I'm in now.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Until you
used to
step
be
on
like,
it.
as a kid, I used to just love building random shit.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what it is. There's something therapeutic about following the instructions to a T
Yeah.
to build exactly what is on the front of the box.
Yeah.
Straight.
Unless you get one piece
down
wrong
to
and you
the
got to go
point-
back a few pages.
Oh, yeah. Down to the point where even the angle of the leaf or something, I'm
Yeah.
like, there we go.
Well, touching on that Lego calming appeal that it has, Jen bought me the Superstar Destroyer for my 40th, the great big fucking thing, right?
Fucking
The only
hell.
place it can go is on the coffee table in the lounge because it's so big, right? And a few weeks back, when Tilly was a bit younger, one of us, I think it was me, I'm coughing to it now, didn't put the latch on the gate properly on her cage in the lounge. Woke up the next morning, she'd got out. Room was trashed, not to a really bad level, but she'd knocked shit over, including part of my Lego Superstar Destroyer. Right, so for the past couple of weeks, it's been there, and the back bit is just a little bit loose. But to get to it, to fix it, the top has to come off. You have to go back 100 steps to get to the bit to reattach it. Right? It's one of those jobs I'm pouring off till I got time. So we've decorated the lounge and moved stuff around and everything else. And Jen sent me a picture day before yesterday. She'd gone to move the Lego Star Destroyer, and now the bottom has completely fallen off it. I'm like, So yeah, the calming effect is not quite there at the minute. I'm going to think, fuck! I built it. I don't want to go back and rebuild it again.
I was like, if you want to take it apart, I'll happily rebuild it for you.
It's a lot of grey bricks.
Super glue.
Look,
Yes,
no,
every time you do it.
no, you
No,
can't
no,
super glue
no.
it. It's sacrilege.
No.
No.
Super glue.
It's not a team thing either. You got to do it by yourself.
Oh yeah.
I don't like anyone pissing around my Lego when I'm doing
Well,
it.
because
I
I was
have my
40 during
system.
lockdown, she bought me a shit ton of Lego. I mean, everything was Lego. Like, a lot of money was spent on Lego. So for a week, I just sat myself off in the kitchen on the table building different Lego sets. And I built the Star Destroyer over a couple of days, a couple of hours at a time. And then I thought, fuck, where am I going to put this? So I had to carry it from the kitchen through 2 doorways into the lounge. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to go good. But yeah, I do like my Lego.
That's your second
love it.
husband.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
yeah. I'm in.
Vish?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh shit, yeah, mine. So this is stupid. So it's my own fault.
Oh, self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted love spurs.
Is that even a word? So I went to Range over the weekend and just to get a couple of bits for.
Love the range.
Yeah, I love the Range. I could be there for ages.
Grinch Christmas tree.
Yeah. So anyway, me and my mum went and I said I need to go get a couple of things, get the fuck out really quick. I had a lot going on because it's for Dad's birthday. I got a card, great. Mum was like, I'm gonna look at some plates and stuff. I was like, you do that shit. I'm gonna go pay for the card. Then when I'm done, because the queue was big. When I'm done, I'll come back, get you. We'll leave. But on the way out, I saw kitchen rolls. Now there was a 12-pack of kitchen rolls, and we was run out of kitchen rolls at home. It's just one of those things. wipe
Yeah,
it
everything
down.
is what.
It's
Yeah.
good. So the
Yeah.
bulk buy, £1 each, the 12 in a pack. I'll take it. Picked it up, went to the front, scanned it. Card was £2, and obviously £12 for the 12-pack, right?
Yeah.
No, it was £1. Went boop, and he went £3, please. I was like, what?
Ooh.
And I go, that's £1. And he went, well, that's what it's scanned as. I was like, do me a favor, I'll pay for this. Can I put this behind the counter and I'll go and get some more? So I went back and got another 4 packs, right? I'm talking like fucking, I'm bulking this shit up. I get back and he goes, just so you know, I only scanned one of those.
Yeah, he scanned the individual one.
I could have gone to the car and packed it up. And so I just had
Yeah,
to
but he did the honest thing. He did the honest thing.
Yeah, but I didn't feel good though. I felt like shit. I had to pay like he goes, just give me the extra £11. And I was like, I don't want to buy them now.
Yeah, no, yeah, sold a seat.
So I did anyway, but I put the other 4 back. I was well gutted. But I think if I had left and I didn't say anything, got into the car, I would have run and grabbed my mum and fucked off. And I would have been happy. But because I opened my mouth, stupid mouth.
Would you have been happy though?
I would have been.
Really?
I'm Indian. We like bargains.
Wow. You said that.
I can say that.
You said
I
that.
can say that. Yeah, we like a bargain, and it's true. And I wouldn't have said nothing.
I'm not getting drawn into that conversation.
No.
I'm not with it. Yeah. It's not worth my
honestly-
job or the podcast getting cancelled.
Nah, it won't happen. But the beauty
too
of
young.
the one thing was though, the supervisor had to come over and she had to validate the fact that he was right. And because I was arguing it as well, I was like, "Well, he's scanned it through. Why should I be charged now?" He goes, "Because you're still here."
Don't.
He goes, "We'll have to refund you, or you pay the additional 11 quid." So I just had to pay the additional 11 quid. I weren't happy, but yeah, it is what it is. That's my love spud. And you want
got
to finish
too
up with
cocky.
yours? Huh?
You got too cocky.
I did.
Yeah, man. You should
I
just
did. I deserved it.
quit while you're ahead.
Karma's
Get
a
out
bitch.
quick. Yeah.
Karma is a bitch. Karma's a bitch, and I got drawn karma, so yeah, that's it. And I'll obviously let you finish off with the last. love
Yeah, so me and Alison are currently trying to remortgage the house,
Oh,
and that is an absolute
Ball ache.
ball ache. Yep, it's like, so obviously Bank of England have stuck. They're not lowering the interest rate, but the thing is, right, it's like, I mean, we were very lucky when we moved in because we got it at like 1.8%,
Yeah.
which is very low. Anyway, so now it's at like, it's like high threes, low fours.
Yeah.
You think, it's only another 2%. You get the figure, and you go, fucking hell.
yeah.
And they're like, I've got to pay that a month now
Yeah.
for the same house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had it last November. Ours went up by 500 quid. In like, you
Yeah.
are taking the piss.
Yeah, that's it. It's
For a
like,
remortgage.
yeah, it's like, it's gone
Yeah.
up by like, it's nearly doubled. It's
It's
crazy.
quite scary.
But-
Yeah.
We are fingers crossed because they've held that come December, they will lower it a bit more.
Yeah.
And then because we don't have to do it till like end of December, early January, so we will get the new rate if it
Yeah.
comes in. But then who
Yeah.
knows? It might even go up.
Yeah.
It's just so unpredictable with mortgages, though, isn't it?
I hate it. Grown-ups, being a grown-up sucks.
Right.
Just shit, man.
Life admin.
The more I hear about this, the more I realise why more people are renting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot less hassle. Granted, yeah, you don't have a house at the end of it, but fuck it now.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a house at the end of it when you're dead anyway, as well.
Touche.
Yeah.
Well, we did it. I mean, we remortgaged for 2 years. We could have had another one for 5 years and stayed on pretty much what we were paying before, 50 quid a month more. And I'm like, nah. We'll just we'll get a better deal in 2 years' time. We're now creeping closer to the end of that second year, and I'm kind of like,
It makes
the
you nervous,
fucking
doesn't it?
5-year deal and just stuck it out for a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you have to obviously apply for a new mortgage, it does make you really
Yeah.
nervous.
Yeah.
My term's up in April,
Yeah.
and I hate that.
It is, and it's like
Yeah.
the
Horrible
questions on the phone.
I just find it
Give
baffling.
us your bank statements. You don't want to see my bank statement, mate.
I just find it really baffling because anything else that you finance or anything, you're like, okay, here's how much you're going to pay a month for X amount of time. There you go.
Yeah.
No, not houses.
No.
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 So
No.
you're going to pay us back this much, and then in a couple of years, it's going to come back to you, and you know for a full fact, you're going to pay us more,
Yeah.
even though there is less to pay.
Yeah. It's like paying for your car insurance and you haven't claimed for it, it goes up. You're like, what the
Yeah.
fudge? Yeah.
Baffling.
Okay.
No.
Right, good love spots from everybody today.
That was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Proper
Yeah.
moan fest.
Yeah. Couple of bits of pod admin.
Padmin.
Your Christmas do.
Christmas do, yep. It is coming up on the 20th, I want to say. 20th
20th is on the
December.
poster, so if that's wrong, you need to redo your poster.
If it's on the poster, that's the right one. Because I did that first. Anyway, where's it gone? There it is. So yes, 20th of December this year.
Why are you not reading that on the iPad you brought with you?
Because it's not on the iPad.
Well spotted.
Because it's not on the iPad, right? 4 p.m. So I'm thinking Saturday, late afternoon, early evening is a good time for people with kids. I'm thinking that's a decent time. It starts getting dark anyway.
Yeah, it's be nice
At
at
3
that
o'clock.
point.
Exactly. So it'll be fine. So it's going to be at St Thomas's Church on Longford Road in Cov. If you came last year, it's exactly where it was last time. It's going to be a bit more informal this year. So I know last year we had all the chairs in a row. That was purely because I couldn't be asked to move them all.
He's coming out.
And he was late getting there.
This is very
I'm
true.
surprised he was there.
I can't remember why. There was a
Everybody else
reason.
was here waiting.
I remember there was a reason for it, and I remember when I got there, I was absolutely livid.
Will's mum was going mad. Where is he? Tom was going mad. Where is he? I'm like, I don't know. What are you shouting at me for?
I genuinely can't even remember why I was late. Can you remember?
You've been out on the piss the night before.
I wish that was the case. No, there was a reason for it anyway, and it really pissed me off. Anyway, but yeah, that's where it's going to be. We should probably talk about prices anyway. So it's going to be suggested ticket price of £5
It's a bargain.
It's not bad.
Um,
Not bad at all.
for adults, £1 for children. We may do a family ticket. I'm yet to decide.
Oh, Brucey bonus.
Yeah, but each ticket comes with a sweet treat and a hot drink. So last year you got lucky. My mum forgot to sell you the gingerbread and mince pies and mulled wine and everything.
I'm not buying it this year. If it's,
Just
if
give
it's
it out
not free, I'm not buying it.
Because it,
Even though it was really
it
nice.
was it's like crack. Anyway, so it's not going to be expensive, but it's just to boost the fundraising a
Of
little
course.
bit.
Of course.
Yeah.
And also when she gives you a pack of gingerbread as a prize, you don't feel like you've been done over a little bit because it's already
Yes.
free.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
But yeah, so obviously we'll have the back and forth stand there. But yeah, it should be really good. We're gonna have
Oh,
If you
bingo,
did that last year, it'd be
raffle.
brilliant. Last year was
Yeah.
You
really
said you're going to sing as well.
Yes, that will be happening. You'll get to see that for yourself.
I can't wait.
It's good.
But-
Mariah Carey going
It's
on.
good. Kick him in the nuts first.
But no,
Yeah.
we'll have one little somber moment like we did last year, but
Yeah.
the rest is going to be pure chaos.
Excellent.
Love
Excellent. Before that, we've got the Christmas event at the Raglan where we have our socials in rugby.
Mm-hmm.
They're very kindly putting an event on with a raffle, and proceeds are being donated to us.
Lovely.
We've just come off the back of Rugby Fireworks Show last weekend, which was very good, especially because we took our umbrellas and it pissed down.
Sold
That
quite
was
a lot.
good. Yeah, things are going all right. I'll go add in, it's Tilly's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Tilly!
Happy birthday.
So when you
Tilly.
listen to
I
this,
saw.
she's a year and 2 days old. But yeah, today is Tilly's birthday. She's still a knob. And she's not going to change anytime soon, but she's great. So happy birthday,
They
Tilly.
always say dogs like their owners.
Correct. Correct.
So was that you or Jen? That's the question.
Me. To get that in quick.
Yeah, I love that. Reflex. Reflex.
Apart from that, that's it from me. Another good
What a lovely
episode.
episode,
Cheers, Rob.
yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much,
thank
Rob.
I
you.
know you've been
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Hope we didn't put you off.
I think I was a bit nervous at the start, and then I was like,
What
oh,
will be weird as fuck on Thursdays when you listen to your own voice?
Yeah,
You drive in the car, in the lorry, actually.
I know.
Yeah,
This is-
you
Oh no, I'm off this week. Off work this week, which is nice.
No.
So, but
If you
back at
really
it
are
next week.
an avid podcast listener, you should know what the sign-off is.
Oh, pressure.
Now, because there's
no.
4 of us, we only get
Oh.
one word each.
Yeah.
So we have to
Which
very
end of the room we
carefully.
starting?
Which
Take
way
a
you go?
pick. You should-
I'll start.
Go on.
C.
You.
Next.
Thursday.
Yeah, buddy. I was hoping you got the Thursday.